Yeah, I recommended you Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So what'd you think of that?
Okay, so I can totally see watching this movie and just being like, hey, do you ever want to see Captain Jack Sparrow but not a pirate? Because he just acts like kind of like Captain Jack's. Like that probably is what led him to that in the Pirates movies.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's 2 hours, and an hour in is when you kind of really get the plot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so all of this silly, goofy stuff is happening, like it's a one of those stoner comedies, but they throw in the introspectiveness and the anti-war type propaganda nostalgia
Hmm.
to throw your scent off of this is literally just a damn stoner comedy. But oh, there's more to it. But it's like
I see what you're saying.
the framing is amazing. You know, the sets and everything. The visually the movie is amazing. Everything
I
that they do
agree.
with it is amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could not shake the fact of like half of the movie, a whole hour. I'm like, what the are we even doing? And they're just
Yeah.
like struggling to. There's like 5 minutes of him just
Yeah.
struggling to get off of this carousel bar, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? What? I don't understand. And then it's like you feel like you could kind of maybe decipher the mad ramblings of these guys in the beginning when they're getting really fucked up and they're driving through the desert and they pick up Toby Maguire. But no, all of that was just fake. It's like, oh, we're just news reporters, but we can't stop getting high. And I'm like, you are one or two high hallucinations and a Neil Patrick Harris away from being another Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Uh, okay. Let me give you context.
Okay, I
Um,
probably need some because
so like
goddamn.
all of this is based on like Hunter S. Thompson, who like created like Gonzo journalism and everything,
Oh, okay,
and like his
okay.
actual book that he wrote,
Yeah,
detailing his
yeah.
experiences. Yeah. So like it's like a souped up, more fantastical version of like the events in that book, like from his perspective. You know.
While I was watching it, I was because of the introspective, like every once in a while he has like a monologue.
Hmm.
I couldn't help but feel like I would enjoy this more if I just read the book. I knew it was based off of a book. I wanted to read the book for a while, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of books you want to read and they're in your backlog. So
Yeah.
watching it, I do appreciate it existing. I do appreciate like all of the set design, everything that's happened. I didn't expect there to be just reptiles in this casino, but I feel like it would be better as a book because you're getting more of that good writing from the monologues, but all the time, right? Did
I don't know about that
did you,
because like that's
did you
part
read
of the
it?
whole. No, I mean I haven't read. I've read like little bits and pieces here, and I haven't read the whole. Um, but it's really more about that like the insanity of it, that descent into just like complete degeneration and like losing himself a bit, and like just the madness of it all. And but what I find interesting is like it really is one of those movies, the more you watch it the better it gets, because now going into it like you actually have some context for like what's going on. You're not just watching a bunch of crazy things, and like you can piece together the real story better. um but it's like it's got its highs, it's got its like tension building moments where you're like someone might actually die.
That,
But then it's got really funny moments too. It's
yeah, I.
it's all played
Why do they
straight
gotta keep getting high?
because they're just fucking
Because
crazy. They're
because I'm
crazy.
like, okay, they're high as shit. They get there. Oh, that's my attorney. I'm like, is he really his attorney? Who knows? Um, they just keep getting high. They have a thing to do, which is now I know take pictures and write about this desert derby.
Yeah.
They don't really do that.
No.
They kind of just fuck off, and then he writes what he's good at writing, so he can write whatever the hell he wants, and it sounds sophisticated enough to grasp it all, and then you're good. So let's just get fucked up. And then what's his name? The Samoan guy
I can't remember his name in the movie, but it's
the lawyer.
Right.
I'll just say the lawyer.
I had his name. I just had Benicio del Toro. Yeah.
The lawyer is like getting messed up, and then he is feeling a type of way about what happened in the elevator with Cameron Diaz.
That was crazy. That elevator scene.
And he's gonna beat him up. And then he's still like on some kind of power trip of that, like, yeah, they're gonna take my woman. I wanted to bang her. It was like 5 seconds, and then he's like going crazy in the hotel. And then I'm like, what is going on? So there was that, and then there was the whole he had that littleish girl that was doing paintings, and I couldn't tell if he was trying to help her or if he was a pedophile.
I think he didn't.
It was like a little bit of both, but then the main dude, I almost said Robert Downey Jr. You look like him. What the fuck? Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is like, oh yeah, we can sell her body to make money, and he's like, what? What? And I'm like, I don't think the way he's harping on this, I don't think he's joking. And then you get to like the end with the whole pie thing, and he cuts the phone cord and stuff, and you're like, I understand it's like, oh wow, we're losing ourselves, but you just turned this dude into a pedophile, and he's kind of in the same company as him, so now I'm not rooting for anybody. And they just won't stop getting high and then just being like, ooh. And I'm like, fucking, what am I even watching? What am I watching? And then they jump, every once in a while they jump into like the world, because it's the 70s, oh, they're at war and blah, blah, blah. I've seen a lot of movies with the Vietnam War and all this other shit, so cool. I'm there with you. I'm right there with you, Nixon. But I'm like, okay.
It's all connected. It
is all connected, but it's like, oh, I'm getting high. I gotta talk about this race. I don't really talk about the race. I'm gonna skip town. Oh, I gotta go back and talk about this. I do like that. Okay, Oh, okay.
It was when you were like a little closer.
I do like that. The second thing he had to talk about was, the cop convention, which why would they have a fucking cop convention in Las Vegas?
I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, it's like that's a part of it. Like they're showing like these aspects of like the conservative culture that has like dominated America then.
Right.
And their degeneracy and inability to control themselves is a direct response to that. But they're like owning it and making it theirs.
Yeah, I feel like the sets, kind of like when you watch like Mulholland Drive, there's certain funny sets, vignettes that happen, and you're like, oh man, this is fun. And then there's so many of those that I get to a point where I'm just like, all right, yeah, I know it's silly, it's goofy. Can we have like one straight moment? And the only real straight moment happens at the end of the film in the diner.
I mean, there's a couple sprinkled here and then, like the elevator scene.
I feel like that wasn't like that was real. He was high as shit. Like he was serious. He's like, you ride? And then he's like, yeah, this dude doesn't ride. And he's like, I'm gonna beat your ass, and then it's just done. How is that serious?
Well, it's not if you don't look at it from their perspective. If you're like engaging with it, like you're all the other people having to put up with them, and like
That's what I felt like.
What they're yeah.
I felt like I was putting up with them, and in my mind, I've never been or ever will be around people that are like them to that degree. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't even want to put up with this, even though I'm watching it. But I think it's just because I wish there was just a little bit more talk of like a story, like I'm watching you for a reason. I guess it's because I came into this wanting a story.
Oh.
And it was more about a think piece of the characters.
Yeah, you should know me better to be like, of course I'm gonna throw some esoteric shit at you. I'm gonna make you watch something where you're gonna go, what am I doing? What am I watching? What is happening?
Well,
I've seen
succeeded.
You do that at least 5 times. I like
you definitely succeeded. You've definitely succeeded. Yeah. Because it's the same thing, like, if you recommend me, like, Jay and Silent Bob, it's like, yeah, the way they talk is their dynamic, and that's the appeal to it, but I'm going to be sitting there like, what are we doing with the story? Why am I... Because a TV... I feel like a TV show, you have enough time, you can get into the nitty-gritty of characters.
Yeah.
It's driven by characters. But a movie is driven by a story. You only have so much time.
Right.
So when it's like, oh yeah, the story's kind of the back burner, let's just watch these dudes just say ridiculous things and then fuck stuff up. It's like, what am I doing here? What am I maybe back in the day when, everyone was really into Forrest Gump was coming out and all that. Everything was like really into the Vietnam War. It was more fresh to talk about, and not 50 years ago.
This did not happen. This movie was not made. It was made in 98.
It was made in 98?
Yes.
So what 26 years ago, something like that? 25? Yeah, I don't know. Then that means it's even more impressive that they got the sets that they did. Although except for like the time, you can tell it's just a backdrop and they're just driving in the car and they're talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so great to go down the strip. It's like, yeah, that you got to do what you got to do. Right.
But what do you think of the scene with Gary Busey with the cop? And he like just completely flips and he's like, I want to kiss.
I was looking at that and I was like, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
Looks
that's
very...
the ginger dead man.
That's the butter sausage.
Yeah.
Talking about butter sausage. He doesn't have a movie where he turns into a dog.
I think so, yeah.
And anyways,
wait a minute. No,
Gary Busey has a movie where he like turns into a dog.
It's Quigley.
Yeah.
It's oh my god.
Yep.
I know. Well,
I've already seen it. I'm the one that brought it up.
I know. But...
You can't recommend me something that I just brought up to you.
Can you recommend it to me?
No, I'm not recommending you. Quibbly, whatever the such a weird name, such a weird guy. But
yes,
I thought, maybe there would be another play because he really harps on. All right, this dude pulled me over, said to just get out of town. He might be over here waiting for me just in case I decide not to just get out of town. And then he stops, he calls the thing up, and he's like, yo, fucking get me. And he's like, oh no, you gotta go back to Vegas. I thought there was gonna be more of like a higher stakes of getting caught, but they're still doing drugs, and they're still in this, now they're in a convention of cops. So they're surrounded by a bunch of cops, but still doing their degeneracy. And there's cops and casinos looking for them because they fucked up the other room. No. Nope.
Yeah, no.
They're just getting messed up, and then he starts
Eh,
doing a drug he didn't even hear about, and he turns into a devil, and then with some boobs, and then that's it. And then he drives him to the
yeah,
airport.
you're there for the experience, you know? I when every time and this I think this says a lot about how we both engage with movies. Every time I watch that movie, I don't want it to end cuz I am just so enthralled by their antics, and I'm just like I have no idea what to expect because they're so fucking crazy. And it's such a fever dream, and I really enjoy that. And of course, like all the other stuff that's here, like some of it you could try to pick the movie apart, and I think there's definitely a lot to say there, or a lot that's being said.
Mm.
But at least for me, even without that, it's like this is just fun. This is just fun to me, you know? I'm just here
I
for a
feel
good
like
time.
it was fun until they got into the this dude is basically a pedophile, and this guy is okay with it. It's kind.
I mean
I don't know if it was like
I don't
supposed to be or not, because
well
he was
it
like, I'm just trying to help her, but he also wanted a kiss from her, and I'm
I
trying to
I
protect her, but you're the one that flew her out.
that he's gross, and they're fucked up, but I think it's more so that it's that degeneracy, and like they don't realize what they're getting into until they're already there, you know?
Because
Um
I felt like the same thing with, oh, he has this underage, presumably
yeah,
underage child,
yeah.
and even the main character is like, oh, I need to pay these bills, so, and I have no more money, so this is perfect. We could just have cops rape her over and over again for a bunch of money. And then he's like, and I'm waiting for there to be like, I'm just fucking with you. He says it like 5 or 6 different types of ways, and he's dead serious. So I'm like, now I know for a fact I'm watching these people just get loopy on. I'm loopy, we're
Well,
loopy, I'm loopy, we're loopy, and I'm like, what the is
the,
going
the
on?
but that's a part of it too, because like you can't even trust what they say because they don't even know what they're saying, and like they don't like literally like 20 minutes later they'll forget about all this other stuff, and that does happen, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. If I can't believe anything they're saying or anything that's coming out of their mouth or anything that's happening, besides it being like, oh, I'm watching this as a fever dream. Why the hell am I watching this?
You can get something out of a fever dream.
I guess so. I don't want to be in a fever dream to get something out of. I'm
Well,
not saying that the movie's bad.
yeah.
I
I mean,
actually really liked the movie.
I'm
But
glad. I'm
while
glad.
I'm watching it, I'm like, can I at least get some more story? And I think that's maybe there's probably more or longer rhetorics that are happening in the book that maybe
Uh,
if I try the book, I'll like it more or I'll
maybe,
appreciate it
yeah.
more. But
I
as a whole, but I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know.
I would recommend if you ever are like, I don't know what to do. I got 2 hours. Um, give it another shot with that context, because I mean, at least for me, like, yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like, what? Like, I finished that movie and I still had no idea about anything that happened. Like I got bits and pieces, but I was like, I still like, I don't understand what happened.
Right,
Or
right.
like anything else, like any other conclusions you can draw, or like whatever's going on underneath the surface. Um, but the second time I watched it, at least I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense now that you know you have some idea of like how the characters act in their perspective, and like what's gonna happen. It makes a little bit more sense,
I'm
and it all kind of
always
comes together.
I feel like I'm always trying to be like the first thing I do in a movie is like, okay, I'm analyzing what are we doing?
Uh-huh.
Once I get that answered, I'm along for the ride. So when I watch a movie like Mulholland Drive or this, where it's like, okay, I'm waiting for them to get the premise and then I can enjoy the ride. The premise does not fucking come for an hour and it's still barely there. I'm like, I've kind of just been waiting this whole time to get to why I am in this seat right now. And maybe that's my fault because yeah, it starts, you're like, okay, I guess they got a secret mission. Oh, he has a gun. I guess they're gonna go kill someone at the hotel, but disguise as if they are journalists. Oh no, they're just journalists. Oh, they're not even
Yeah.
really doing that. They're just getting high.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta. The movie's about to end an hour in. Oh, we need it longer. Actually, go back there to a different hotel and get more high.
But that it's the
Okay, and it's
absurdity.
done.
Yeah, it's the absurdity of it all, and like how that reflects on like especially culture at the time, but like modern culture and everything.
Right.
But I understand. It's all about how you engage with it,
So maybe if I watch it again, now that I know what to expect, because that's the same thing with listening to music. I don't know what to expect, so that's
Yes.
why I listen to something 2 or 3 times before I like try and figure out what I like about it.
Right, right. And what I like about you, um, is you're a great guy.
Well,
Got a
thank you.
you got a big cock.